All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. Welcome to Sunday Night Features. Gonna get the party started here and go over the week's analysis. I will pull up that I will pull up TradingView for that. So we'll go over last week or last week's and then this week's analysis. I will be very transparent with you guys. Um, Friday, Thursday, late Thursday night, Friday, I just felt something was not right and different, and um, I couldn't sleep, and I ended up blowing my Bullinox account. And then Friday night came, and I lost one of my very very best friends, 25 plus years, and um, so this has been a very very tough weekend for me. And but I'm gonna do my best to get through this stream here and give you guys some analysis for the week. Um, you more than likely will not see me. I've got my camera off, so I don't think you can see me, but you'll still be able to hear me. And I'm still open for answering any questions you may have as it relates to trading and the strat and those sorts of things. But yeah, it's been a very very tough few days here for me. So just doing my best here to get through, but um, it just a devastating loss for me. With that friend, and yeah, it's just been a really really tough few days. So um, I mean, I should have, I just, of course, I couldn't have seen that coming, but just something just felt very off to me Thursday night. I couldn't sleep at all. Um, and then that happened on Friday, and it just so I say that to say this. I don't know how much actually trading I will do. Um, Probably just gonna take my time and do some analysis. I'm having to rebuild some accounts here. Um, so yeah, I had to restart a Apex eval, restarted a Topstep eval, and then also I started a lucid trading eval. So but yeah, I blew the two funded accounts that I had, and I mean it happens, especially when you have some things going on, and it's just not things just aren't sitting right with you emotionally and spiritually, and those sorts of things. It definitely is not a good idea to be trading. So I don't know how much trading I will actually do this week. But I'm back at it. So I'll go through the analysis here. Obviously, we're opening up, which is great. So we are opening positive here, and which I expected. Didn't expect a huge gap, but here we are on the hourly for sure with this gap. And so yeah, we'll just have to see what transpires here tonight. But like I said, I'm not expecting to do a lot of trading this week. I do want to get the lucid trader funding uh one passed, and I'm very very close on it. It is at 52.3. So I'm almost certain I will get that pass this week. um I don't know if I got any. Doesn't even look like it's connected and got data at the moment. So I probably need to shut that down and then reopen it, and sync that back up. I really, I decided to try Motive Wave there with Lucid Trading, and I really like it so far. Love the. I mean, because I've got a Mac, so if I want to use any kind of rhythmic connections, besides Tradeovate, I do have to use a VPS or something. But um, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So I apologize if I'm rambling. Like I said, it's just but I felt like I needed to do this stream tonight and give you guys some analysis like I like to do on Sunday nights. So we'll go through the week here. Inside week, obviously so far. Um, could stay that way for sure. If they decide to do, if they TTO'd here, which creates this broadening formation down here at the bottom, we very much could see inside week. So this is a tight broadening formation here on the week here on ES. Um, so yeah, so if they stay within this broadening formation, and don't expect a 2 down, it's not out of the realm of possibilities because, broadening formations are meant to expand, right? So, we could still come 2 down weak. We had 2 up red back at the end of October. Then first week of November, 2 down red. Then we had inside week, 2 down red, and now so still back inside here just to start this week. So that's ES. We'll look at NQ. I imagine it's probably roughly the same. Same thing. If they TTO'd last week, then we could very much still get an inside week this week. That is if this was the temporary bottom here to create this broadening formation here on NQ. We will look at gold on the week. Last week was a doji, so we'll need to either get above that body here. I would play it long, just slightly, about maybe up to about 41.11, 41.10. So far, we are below the bottom of last week's doji candle for the body. So maybe look for some buying to come around here around 40.20, around that area there as well. So that's pretty much gold. Yeah, I was so upset the other night. I just basically just said to hell in a handbasket with it. Um, and I nuked the 2 funded accounts I have. So, um, am I upset about it? Kinda, not really. Um, I know I can get them back and I can start over. So, it's the beauty of the market. It'll be here no matter what's going on in your life, right? It's not going anywhere. So, might as well wait for things to get better in your life, and guess what? Market will be here, I promise. So that's why I'm not like super upset about it. Um, Relationships are much more important. So, um, at least this point in my life, for sure, I've been through a lot of loss, and the market will always be here. So take that for what you will. But anyway, we'll get back to the analysis here. So yeah, some strong buying there to start the session. Slight pullback here on the smaller time frame. I'm just gonna wait and take my time and be patient before before I make a move here tonight, because like I said, I do want to get this lucid trading um one finished this week, which I believe I will. I really like lucid so far. Um I like their rules are definitely something I can live with. Um I like that they have end of day drawdown. I much prefer that to an intraday drawdown. I can listen. I've been trading with Apex long enough. I know how to get around an intraday trailing drawdown, but I do overall I really prefer an end of day drawdown versus intraday. So that's kind of the thing with that. Give me just a minute here while I get Motive Wave restarted here. Come on. I don't know why it didn't save my login, but that's okay. I'll get it figured out here in just a minute. So if you guys do want to head to Lucid Trading, you can use my coupon code Blues Trades. That'll get you I think they're doing, well, you can get a 50K all in for about 88 bucks. Which I think is a great deal. So that's, when I say all in, I mean you don't have to do an activation fee whenever you pass the account. So that's what I mean by all in. So that includes your eval and your activation fee. So yeah, 50K is like $88 right now. So I think it's a fabulous deal. It'll cost you roughly about that much with Apex right now as well. You can use my same code Blues Trades over there at Apex as well. So they're all in price right now. Of course, you do have to pay the activation fee. But right now they're doing a lifetime. So theirs is $40 lifetime fee. About 37 bucks, 35, 36, $37 for an eval. So, roughly around 70, 80 dollars all in there if you pass that by Wednesday. So you have to, you would have to pass that by Wednesday there with Apex to get the $40 lifetime fee. I don't know what they'll go to after that, after Wednesday, but that's what it is at the moment. About $40 lifetime fee. So, but that's only if you pass it by Wednesday. I really like Motive Wave so far. It looks a little different than some other platforms, but I really like it. I've got cumulative delta down here, which I haven't seen hardly any platforms offer, especially for free. Um, but yeah, Lucid with, if you do Motive Wave, they are offering cumulative delta there for free. I'm going to change that though, because I do want that to be an actual, I don't want it to be a line. I don't know if I can, how I can change that. I don't want it to be an actual line. I want it to be there we go. I want it to be a candlestick. Actually, do I want it to be candlestick? I'd really like it to be more. There we go. Okay. So cumulative delta just gives you more of actual kind of buying and selling that's taken place within these candles. It just kind of gives you a little bit of a deeper dive, deeper view into what's taking place within that candle, right? So that's why I really like cumulative delta. Um, and I like to be able to see that information there as well. So let me see if I can make. I was gonna say, let me see if I can make this chart a little bit bigger here. Um, it may take me a little getting adjusting to get used to Motive Wave. It's a very powerful platform. and allows you to see a lot of information, and I really really like that. So because I got the dom over here, I got the cumulative delta. Like I could really see this being my platform of choice now. But I don't think a lot of firms offer this platform. um Topstep is now exclusively Topstep X. Apex, you could use a rhythmic connection, I think, with Apex with Motive Wave, but they're not going to give you the license for Motive Wave. So when I saw Lucid was offering it as an option, and they do offer Quant Tower as well. They also have Project X. They have all kind. Well, they have every platform that I know of. But when I saw they were offering it, I was like, I think I'm going to give it a shot and just try it out. I think I had tried Motive Wave once before, and I liked it, but I wasn't able to like really deep dive into it because I was paying for the license for it. So when I saw that Lucid was offering the license for Motive Wave, I jumped on it. So, but yeah, I really really like it so far. If you're just tuning in, so I do trade a system called Strat. It is basically a language for price action. It's about the best way I can describe it to you. And it uses a series of one, two, and threes. The one is a consolidation bar, and the two is a directional bar. Let me see if I can find the thing on my desktop. The two is a directional bar, a candle bar, and then a three would be an outside candle that takes out both sides of the previous candle. So yeah, it's a great system. It's the only system that really transformed my trading because I don't like indicators. And so it's the only one that really transformed my trading. So the system has not been the problem. The problem lately has been me, and things going on in my life that I have no control over. And it just I don't know how I'm going to react and handle over the next few months, with the passing of my friend. I mean, we were extremely close, and it meant the world to me. So I know it's gonna be tough. Um and We were very close for over 20 years, so it's just gonna be it's probably not gonna be easy, missing him and not being able to talk to him, and go see him and see him do what he did. And but he was very revered. A lot of people loved him. um so yeah, I don't I'm just trying to be gracious with myself, and make sure I don't do any more damage to my accounts, because I know how I am, and um I know how I am as a trader, and how I can kind of be, for better or worse, a little bit reckless when it comes to trading, when things are going on in my world. Um so yeah, so I'm just trying not to further go down that path. um and just try to be more patient, and wait on setups and those sorts of things, rather than just jumping in. And yeah, so I think it takes a lot of maturity, and when you know what's happening. um and it's I tell you what, I don't know of any other thing in this world um that will expose you to yourself than trading. It is the it is probably the ultimate psychiatrist, well, be psychologist actually. Um It is probably the ultimate psychologist. So if you want to know about yourself, just start trading because you're going to find out. And you're going to find out things about yourself that you probably never even realized. But it's going to expose them. It's going to expose everything about you um, when you start trading. Yeah, we had this nice gap up here at open. Um, be interesting if they start trying to sell this off here to come back and maybe fill that gap. I don't know if that gap will get filled tonight or not. We'll just have to be patient and see. But yeah, Sunday night futures. Sometimes we get a lot of volatility, sometimes we don't. I've seen gaps get filled. I've seen them not. I've seen a lot of things here on Sunday night futures. So, um, like I said, if you're just tuning in, I appreciate you tuning in. I am doing a camera off stream tonight, so you can just see my trading screen and not me. And so yeah, but you don't need to see me anyway. I actually think I might feel a little more comfortable not not being on camera. If anybody has any questions, definitely feel free to ask them. You can ask them about the strat. We can talk about psychology. We can talk about anything. So feel free to type all your any of your questions in chat, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. Like I said, I do trade the Strat system that was created by Rob Smith. I learned a ton from Sarah Strat Sniper as well. Uh, I think she still does some videos on her channel. I know she's working for Ninja Trader now, and she's got also has a Discord room that she runs with Alex's options. And but yeah, we all trade the Strat, and Rob left an incredible system for sure. Very, very thankful that I found it. I'm thankful that I got a chance to know Rob and learn a little bit from him, and yeah, I'm very thankful that he left the system. So I do use a couple ICT concepts, this gap being one of them, so the volume imbalance. Also use liquidity and the fair value gap. So those are pretty much the only ICT concepts that I use in my trading. I don't understand all the other little nuances, turtle soups, and all this other kind of craziness, but those are the three that I use, and the volume and balance, fair value gap, and can't think the liquidity. Uh, I will say that the Strat and ICT do have the broadening formation in common. So you saw me draw that there a little bit earlier on the micros here. So I did draw the broadening formation here on the larger time frame. So right here, that tight broadening formation you have here. So if you're just learning to trade or to draw broadening formations, I mean, I can draw them very easily here now, but it did take me a while to learn how to draw the broadening formation. And it's just basically you want to connect three wicks, top and bottom, and it kind of creates a megaphone pattern. And it is also called a megaphone pattern. So the broadening formation is a megaphone pattern, and but yeah, that's what ICT and the Strat share in common is that megaphone pattern or that broadening formation. I call it a broadening formation, but I understand why they call it a megaphone, right? So small thing here you would talk to, and then talking through, and then broadens out. So But yeah, I call it a broadening formation. I don't know again that if I will take any trades here um tonight or on stream or heck even this week. I am gonna try to get this Motive Wave one passed. Got the Apex one to 151,000, might as well say a little over 151,000. That will have to get to 159,000 before it is passed, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna take my time. So when it gets passed, it gets passed. If they still got the $40 lifetime fee, then so be it. If they don't, then so be it. But it'll be passed. So just yeah, just gonna take my time. Especially now that I'm dealing with some personal loss and everything. So yeah. So yeah, so you guys can use my best way to support my channel besides tuning in to these Sunday night streams is to like and subscribe and share the channel, and then also use my affiliate code with Apex and Lucid, and I think it works my funded futures. Maybe take Profit Trader as well. Actually, it doesn't work with my funded futures. I don't. I need 500 subscribers for my funded future, my funded futures, and I only have like 435 or something. So I can't get one with my funded futures yet. But yeah. So regardless, please feel free to use my affiliate code at Apex. And Lucid is Blues Trades, and that'll get you whatever their current sale is. Right now at Apex, it's 80% off. So you can grab an eval for like 35, 36, $37, depending on whatever platform you choose. And if you pass it by Wednesday, then it'll be $40 lifetime fee. That is a heck of a deal with Apex. I have never seen them do a $40 lifetime fee. So I'm very thankful for them for running that sale. And then Lucid Trading, let's see what their sale is right now. I know, like I said, I got a 50K all in, so no activation fee needed. For like 88 dollars, I think it was for the Lucid 50K. Um, no, $74, even cheaper. So if you use my code Blues Trades, it'll get you 40% off there. All in fee there on the 50K of 74.25. So not bad at all. And like I said, they've got Motive Wave. So if you use a Mac, You can download Motive Wave and use that rhythmic connection there on Motive Wave. I think you can also choose the CQG connection to connect to Motive Wave as well. But I'm really enjoying Motive Wave so far. Probably the only other platform I like better would be TradingView, and yeah, so it's great. I do like Quant Tower as well, but when I saw that Lucid was offering the rhythmic connection with Motive Wave, I just decided to go the Motive Wave route. Um, and yeah, that way I don't have to have a dedicated VPS or something, to use um, Quant Tower. So I just, because Quant Tower is Windows only based. So I just, decided to go the Motive Wave route, and I really, really like it so far. All right, be interesting to see how this 30-minute candle transpires here. The previous one was a two up, but also kind of more of a doji here. So if they start bringing price down, um, be interested to see if they might try to fill this gap here tonight that we hit here at open, or they try to take out, one of the highs from Friday there. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how this price action develops here. Oh, you guys probably can see me now. Yeah, I've just been crying a lot with the loss of my friend, so just was very hesitant to actually come on camera. So yeah, so we are getting a pullback here off of that previous doji here at open. Zoom in here, you can kind of see it some more. Um, So yeah, here at the top, so you can see that we uh so one of the ways I've learned to trade a doji is to so when you go above the top of the body, when you start closing above the top of the body of that doji, you can go long. When you start closing above, the bottom of the body, you can go short. Um, and then they'll probably, come in here and touch this liquidity here at 66.49, 66.48, maybe down to 66.44. Would be an area that I would be interested in. To see if they're going to keep selling it off here and try to come fill that gap that we had there at open. I really should invest in some studio lights. The camera I got does have a light on it, but it's certainly not showing very well. It may just be the angle I have it at. And I am not gonna stay on stream long. Somebody's doing an online tribute to the friend that passed away, so I am going to tune into that here in just a few minutes. Uh, but I did feel like it was still important for me to hop on stream here tonight and do the analysis. I needed to activate the analytical part of my brain and not the emotional part. So because the emotional part has been high for the past couple of days. So yeah, just to pull back here off the open, off of this doji. If you are tuning in here, I did go through the analysis here for the week that I like to do. So we got the broadening formation here on the week. So we already took care of that. The broadening formation here on ES and NQ. I'll show you NQ. Same broadening formation here on NQ as well. We'll look at gold. Did the broadening formation there on gold. Definitely no trade for me right now on gold for sure. I mean, just look at this. Look, like as Rob would say, how are you going to get out of here? So, yeah, definitely a lot of consolidation here on gold. Um, and take a look at silver. Practically the same thing. And let's take a look at the VIX. So, because I mean, if you're new to whether you're new to trading or you're not, it's still good idea to take a look at the VIX. There's a couple of a few reasons for that. So one is with a VIX of 21, so we can round that down to 2, right? So we should get 2 round trip moves tomorrow, uh, in the market. So 2 intraday moves. So probably up, down, down, up, would complete that. But yeah, so usually the higher the VIX, the faster things are, and also the more moves that you will experience, in the market. So people, say, oh, the market's really volatile right now. I mean, the VIX usually averages around 16, 17, right? Anywhere between 15 to 16 to 17. When it gets super high, like it did back in April, got all the way up to 40. I've seen it up to 50, 60, 70. Um, just over the years, right? And so yeah, but it is still well here, all the way back here in 20. And obviously during COVID, I mean, it got all the way up to 80. So, but the VIX will, this number right here, not average, if you basically just, um, count down one. So at 21, I would consider it two. That'll give you roughly about how many moves you're going to have intraday. So yeah, so you can kind of, keep that in mind there with the VIX as well. We'll look at cattle. Definitely way down off the highs. Hit a high of 250 before they, sold it off. Um, so we had a two down red week. Going into the month, we are having a two down month. So you can see right here they TTO'd, right? Just the beauty of the strat, right? You can use it on, it works on anything. Anything. Because it's price action, and when you learn it, you've learned it. So yeah, TTO here, high of 250, and then boom, down. So yeah, so cattle is still way, way, way up from the lows, but it's definitely had a retreat there from the highs as well. So that's good for ground beef and and steak prices. And yeah, so glad it's come down some. Let me tell you something. The chart will always tell you before the news. Always, 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 always. Keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to get off here, and hope everyone enjoys their Sunday night. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, feel free to use my Apex code. Here it is, Blues Trades. That'll also work at Lucid Trading, which I am really enjoying trading with. Just for one of the simple facts that they have end of day drawdown versus intraday trailing. They have end of day drawdown there at Lucid, and I really, really enjoy that. Um, I much prefer an end of day versus a trailing, intraday trailing, but I do know how to trade an intraday trailing drawdown. This is not my preference. Um, but I also like the fact that Apex allows you to have 20 accounts. So I think that's, a huge bonus. I don't know if anybody else allowing you to have that many accounts. And Apex isn't the only one that uses an intraday trailing drawdown. Take Profit Trader, they have an end of day drawdown in their eval, but then once you get to funded, it is intraday trailing drawdown. Bull and Ox has intraday trailing drawdown as well. And, of course, Apex, trying to remember off the top of my head other firms that may have intraday trailing drawdown, but Apex is certainly not the only one. They're the biggest, but they're certainly not the only firm, that has intraday trailing drawdown. So, but if you know how to trade intraday trailing drawdown, it's usually not a huge issue, right? You can usually get through it. I think you have to be a little more methodical, and a little more patient in order to trade an intraday trailing drawdown, but you can do it. Uh, if that's what you choose. And then, but I know my funded futures has end of day drawdown, and Lucid has end of day drawdown. I don't know about some of the others. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head at the moment. So, Topstep, of course, has end of day drawdown as well. So, but yeah, so I am trading both kinds of trading intraday drawdown as well as end of day drawdown. I just really prefer, for my trading style, I prefer the end of day drawdown versus the intraday. So all right, but I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. And the best way to support my channel besides liking and subscribing is to use my affiliate code Apex or I'm sorry, Blues Trades with Apex, as well as Lucid Trader, and also with Bullinox. And if you want any other links, feel free to message me and I'll make sure you get them. So, all right, I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Take care. I hope you have a great